What's up, Everyday Blades? Man, we got a good one here today. This is an older knife. This is not a new release by any means. It's just new to me. They did release a mini version of this not too long ago, but this is the original version. The Benchmade Crooked River 15080-2. So, you're probably like me. Most of us live in a place where there's not many knife shops, or the few places we have that sell knives, they don't have a big selection. They don't usually have the knives we collect. They might have a couple of PM2s or, Benchmade 940. They don't have the really cool stuff or the different lines. So I was at Athena Gun Club, and they had just gotten a whole new Benchmade display that was really awesome. And they had just about every Benchmade there you could want, including the new Narrows. They had like 2 or 3 of those. And I have always wanted to try out the Crooked River. And I tell you what, I battled between getting the smaller one and the larger one because I have such large hands. But this is still a huge knife. I mean, it's so big, but it's very, very, very well done. One thing that, so the steel is S30V with a like diamond wood. This is one of the things I don't like. They do have a different version of this. You can even go in the configure and get like G10 here or whatever. I might even be able to get carbon fiber. I'm not sure, but I know you can change these scales out. But it got the better of me being at the store and being able to get the knife right there. Usually we buy a knife and we got to wait at least 4 days for it to come in the mail. Being able to just buy it and get it right there was kind of appealing to me. So I bit the dust and bought it. And like I figured, I don't care for the wood grain. I like the knife itself, but you got to have bigger hands to appreciate it. One thing that our good friend Nick Shabazz had a complaint about it was the small complaint. The backspacer sticking up. But I kind of think that's a good thing. It gives you some grip because you can't really most people can't get this thing buried into their palm so they can grab onto the axis lock. But this traction gives you a little bit of extra traction to be able to push it down like that and drop it. That way you ain't got to have your hand all the way up underneath it. You can use that back traction. But the action on this is phenomenal. And like every other knife I get, I had to loosen the pivot up a little bit. The pivot seems to have some kind of smudge on it or something. But anyway, it'd be cleaned right up. It's got some milling out for weight, big circles in there, which really help because it doesn't feel like a super heavy knife. Let's check the weight. 5.1 ounces for a knife that has. It's a huge freaking knife. I mean, you just can't state it enough. A 4-inch blade. And 5 1/4 handle scales. I mean, this is a big knife. 9 1/4 overall. That's monstrous. The only thing I have handy that is even close is the new Spyderco Subvert or the old Subvert. Either one, same size. But I like bigger knives. This one just seems to fit my hand a little better. I don't know if I'll end up keeping this or not. It's just a little big for my taste. I wish I would have bought the smaller one, I think. And I wish I would have went to the configure instead of buying it at the store and got G10 here or something. I just don't care for the wood. I never have. It reminds me of the old Buck 110s and all that stuff. And I'm just not a fan of that stuff. It was cool back then, but I like the newer stuff. But as far as a good knife, it's 100%. I mean, the centering is perfect. The weight's not bad. The fit and finish on it is really good. They did a great job, and it's a good looking knife. I'm not a fan of wood on my knives. Never have been. So anyway, that's about all I have to say about that. It's Benchmade Crooked River. It'll probably be available if somebody wants to purchase it. I got a good deal on it. That was the other reason I bought it. I looked up Blade HQ, and it was substantially cheaper than what any of the other retailers were offering that to buy it in store, which was unusual because the Benchmade Narrows was like $50 more than everybody else. So they had this one marked down. So I bought it, and I'll pass on the savings to someone else. So, guys, thanks for watching. God bless you and your families. Say a prayer for our country. Good night.